Joining me now, California Senator Alex Padilla. Senator Padilla, welcome back to the Sunday Show. Lots to talk to you about, but before we get to the voting rights conversation, your reaction to Senator Joe Manchin and his announcement today that he just can't vote for Build Back Better.
Well, honestly, not a huge shock, but I will caveat that with it's not over yet. I think, as I've said, since the signing of the bipartisan infrastructure deal, if you look at the roller coaster that took us on, there was a bipartisan deal, then it fell apart, then there was a deal again, and then it fell apart. And ultimately, we got it to the finish line, and the president signed it. And I predicted that would be the same case with Build Back Better. Look, I've been in those caucus conversations with Senator Manchin and all my colleagues, and everybody points to so much in the bill that's so important and so urgent. I mean, Joe himself has talked about the child tax credit and why we should extend it for 10 years, not just 3 or 4. So I don't think this is over. Certainly not easy, not going to be easy, never was going to be easy. This is just another bump in the road.
Okay. So given what you said, it's a little nicer than what some of your Democratic colleagues on the Hill have said. Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, Senator Bernie Sanders, all slamming Senator Manchin as someone who can't be trusted, who didn't negotiate in good faith. You said just now that you've been in meetings with Senator Manchin. Do you believe that all this time Senator Manchin had been negotiating in good faith?
Look, am I frustrated? Absolutely. So don't get me wrong on that. I wish we could have done both bills, the bipartisan infrastructure deal and Build Back Better, months and months ago when they were first sort of rolled out by the president. So the agenda stays the same. You know, do I think that there's a pathway to the finish line here? Look, whether it's the Build Back Better Act with significant amendments, you know, there's a lot in it, or you know, what I've learned my first year in the Senate, Jonathan, is sometimes it's attached to the budget, sometimes it's a standalone bill, sometimes it's part of the reconciliation process. The most important piece is to get the contents of the Build Back Better Act through, whether it's the child care elements, whether it's the climate change elements, the healthcare expansion elements. There's so much that's needed. We need to focus on getting it done.
All right, Senator, now let's talk about voting rights, because you were among a group of senators who had a virtual meeting with President Biden, with the president, talking about this. And the only way any voting rights bill is going to get through is if something is done with the filibuster. And Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema as well. They're in the middle of that, too. Could you tell us about that conversation with the president and what is going to be that pathway to getting voting rights passed?
Yeah, well, that pathway is still what's being discussed and negotiated in real time. Look, Jonathan, when I joined the Senate just less than a year ago, you were one of my first interviews. I remind myself and others around me, I didn't take the job because I thought it'd be easy. I took the job because it's important. And nothing is more fundamental than protecting our right to vote. But sadly, this filibuster rule stands in the way of progress on so many issues in the Senate. As much as I'm for eliminating the filibuster, clearly, Senator Manchin and others are not. And so what we're discussing is a reform to the filibuster rules. Not a complete elimination, but something that makes the filibuster much more difficult to use. You know, let's let the minority party, whoever's in the majority minority, have an ability to discuss, to debate, but you got to do it in person. None of this anonymous filibustering. And after you can offering amendments or whatnot, you get to a vote and let the business go forward. Just a couple of weeks ago, we massaged the rules to raise the debt ceiling. What can be more important than protecting our democracy? And so when we get back in January, I think that's going to be the first order of business.
And Senator, that is the key thing that you just said: elimination of the filibuster versus reform of the filibuster. In the 30 seconds that we have left, in that conversation, in the meeting that you had with the president, did you get any sense from Senator Manchin whether he was leaning towards doing something that would reform this filibuster to allow voting rights to go through?
Yeah, I do get the sense, yes, both he and I are former state secretaries of state, so we know elections that much better. But as he just let us know with Build Back Better, details matter.
California Senator Alex Padilla, as always, thank you very, very much for coming to the Sunday Show.
Thanks, Jonathan. Take care.